Checking out my fro with my fist comb. I got a tab.
Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another edition of 3 Guys, 1 Camera. Just kidding. Bros Talk Football. As you know, I'm John. You guys can follow me at DC Buckethead on Instagram, JB Trey on Twitter. Got a win this week. Start off really well. But before we get into that, let's talk to the bros.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Ace. You can follow me on my Instagram and Twitter. Boom, it's Ace. I face one of the bros, John. I got an L. We'll go into that deeper. I'll pass it on to the other bro, Dre.
I am the other bro, Andre here. You can follow me right there at Dre Gothams. Or wait, I guess, okay, there it is. Yeah, at Dre Gothams on Instagram and Twitter. I actually got my first loss of the season. House Martell, we were bragging too much. We thought that we had the victory. We wanted to hear who had given the order.
Who gave you the order? Who gave you the order?
And then we ended up losing 4-1 now. Horrible. But even the mighty fall. You know what I mean?
I am the mayor of Loser Town. I'll show you around. I'll take care of you.
Thank you.
So how'd your team do? Why'd you get your first L?
I mean, it was close. We ended up kind of close, but I guess just not enough performances by my wide receivers. And then his kicker had a big 20-point game.
Kickers, yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on. So that was tough. A couple fumbles. I probably had 4 fumbles distributed throughout my whole squad, and getting -2 here and there, that's going to trickle down.
Absolutely.
And start to hurt.
Absolutely.
That sucks.
But, all is good. 4-1, it could be a lot worse. I'm still in strong position, so just gotta, shake it off. Put some dirt on it.
As long as you don't become a permanent resident, from where I'm from.
Right.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. So any wounds, pour some Robitussin.
Yeah, boy, let that tussin get in there, boy. Yeah, boy, let that tussin get on down to the bone.
On there.
Versus 7-Up.
Shake it off. But you guys had the big battle. This was bro versus bro.
I don't even think it was a battle, but I'm gonna let the victor speak first. Go ahead, John.
Sitting on the top of Mount Olympus right now, just absolutely cannot do any wrong. It's literally what's been happening this season. 5-0, getting great production all around. All my guys putting in work. Lacey finally blew up. Guy just killed it Thursday night. Yeah, what a guy. Finally living up to his dreads.
So started the week out pretty good. Always disheartening on Thursday if you play someone who blows up and you already feel like you're in a big hole. So I guess that's what happened to you, Ace, huh?
Pretty much, but yeah, I mean, Thursday night, kind of exciting. It is my Green Bay Packers, so I have to tune in and watch, but it's kind of hard to root for against your team. So, I mean, I saw Eddie Lacy. Okay, cool, 1 touchdown. Saw him run another touchdown. Like, okay, it's going to be a bad night
Then they
for
took
me.
him out?
But yeah, I mean, even that, I think he only played like 3 quarters and still scored 30 points on fantasy
Still
football.
got like almost your whole team's amount of points, basically.
Pretty much. I think if Eddie Lacy, John's kicker, and John's defense, them 3 alone,
That's
beat my
70
team.
points.
Yeah, I mean, I only scored
That's
45 points. You're not going to beat anyone in any fantasy football league. We've been keeping track. I think 2 weeks ago, my wide receiving core had 14 points last week, 15 points this week, a whopping single-digit 9 points amongst them 3. So it's not looking too good. I'm actually in scramble mode right now. My players aren't producing. I mean, on paper they're looking really good. They're just not producing, and it's one of those like 3 players would do good, and then 2 of them would be on my bench, and then I'll switch them out, and then 4 players would be producing, and then 2 of them would be on my bench. So I just can't find the right combo.
So, yeah, I mean, to only get that sort of production, 10 points out of all 3 wide receivers, it's pretty alarming, especially because you have Brandon Marshall, who's one of the premier wide receivers.
That's
And I
right.
think week 1 and 2 he was on fire,
Yeah.
scoring
3
a lot of points. So
touchdowns.
is there something going on with him right now? Like what's coming out of Chicago? That's
Coming out of
hurting.
Chicago, I mean, Alshon Jeffrey, last year he had a coming out party. He looked really good last year. Martellus Bennett's starting to get a lot of
Yeah, he's been doing
the thing. He's getting that Julius
Tourette's
Thomas.
over here.
Julius Thomas
Don't mind
treatment.
him.
But and I mean, I think they got this new wide receiver, Matt Forte. I think he got like 9 receptions.
Oh, is he like a
11.
rookie? Yeah,
11
he's gonna
receptions.
end up with like 120 receptions for the year or something.
Yeah, so I mean, he's looking really good. This new wide receiver, Matt Forte.
I think it's pronounced 14.
Oh, okay, Matt 40. It doesn't matter. He balled out. Brandon Marshall was looking mediocre. He's just looking mediocre out there. I think
Okay.
so. It's just not looking good for my team. I'm kind of sad, but we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get that W. You know why?
Just need one.
I'm playing in the loser bowl this week.
Ooh.
So the other 0-5
Big
team,
donuts.
I'm gonna come and get that W.
All
I'm
right.
gonna come and get. I guarantee a W.
Mines.
I guarantee a W.
So I mean, and then obviously there was a big trade last week between you. You were trying to.
All right,
make
thank
some
you guys for
moves.
tuning in. Yeah, those
Not
are big
yet,
trade.
not yet. So there was a big trade. You actually gave up one of your wide receivers
Yeah.
to try to get some help at the running back position. So what happened with that? Kind of give us like a recap.
I think I knew what happened. I thought I traded Demetrius Thomas.
Oh, okay.
In actuality, I traded Demarius Thomas.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
You
so
don't
I
wanna do
traded
that.
Demarius Thomas. I received LaShawn
Bros,
McCoy.
bros. Who said don't trade Demarius Thomas?
I have some 200 yard
I
games.
I personally think Demarius Thomas will outscore LaShawn McCoy this season.
Okay.
Personally, they just had a bye week. Peyton Manning spreads the ball around. Demarius Thomas is the best receiver on that team, regardless of how good a season Emmanuel Sanders, Julius Thomas is at. He can only go up. LaShawn McCoy is sharing the load with Darren Sproles. They're both not doing that well. I mean, they both have their upside.
Oh, yeah, I remember that bit when John's right.
I don't think anyone. No, I don't remember anyone saying that. I don't know. It's kind of hazy. It's kind of hazy. I can't. Nothing
I don't
clear.
really remember that.
But yeah, so you made that big move.
So LaShawn McCoy went off for a big, whopping 6 points
That's amazing.
compared to Demarius, 43 plus points.
that's all right.
Just not
Just
that.
240 yards and 2
Ouch.
touchdowns.
Yeah, so
That's
I mean,
That's definitely got to hurt
Yeah.
them. So there, he hadn't done anything really all season. Obviously, right
He had
after
a
you
good
trade
game
him.
against Seattle.
Yeah. And then he blows up huge
Yeah.
for the biggest
Yeah.
point total for any wide receiver so far. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
Absolutely.
That's what's got to hurt. That's just sometimes when it rains, it pours, and right
or
now
when it wanes.
when it
you
wanes,
win.
it pours, and
Yeah.
so that kind of hurt for you. I mean, maybe obviously there's still more season to go,
Yeah.
but week 1 after the trade is showing that didn't work out.
Oh wow! He brings out the belt. He brings out the people's team.
It's kind of
The
blinding
people's
me.
team's belt.
Why is it so bright?
all that disrespect?
Why is it so bright?
We're just sitting on top of a
Just
cloud
showing,
right now.
and then-
Sitting on top of a dream cloud.
And then how are things feeling sitting on top of that dream cloud right now?
The only
With
undefeated team
everything
left.
working, only undefeated team.
Steve Smith had a fumble. That was probably the only bad anything for my
Okay.
team. Matty Ice blew up, or he had a solid game. I mean, he didn't blow up, but he had a really solid game. AJ Green had a fumble, but he had 80 yards and a touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders had another 100-yard game.
Yeah, so all like all the way around. It's
Just all around. Julius Thomas,
the
2
team
touchdowns,
balance.
60 yards. Lacey again blew up. San Diego's been killing us by defense. Gatkowski Phil Dawson, gave me 20 points.
Don't forget about Vincent Jackson.
Oh, yeah. You son of a bitch. Vincent Jackson just finally
He finally showed
turning
up?
it on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it's tough to go down to a bro.
Yeah. Hey, but you know.
You guys have like a mirrored score right now, 5-0, 0-5. But that's how
he
the cookie
beat me
crumbles.
fair and square. My team is. I think my team is like a bye week for some reason. Like everyone looks at my team and like, all right, cool, that's a
Hey,
W.
yeah, those
You're top
auto draft is doing better than you.
Yeah.
and I know that because
He beat you.
I lost to auto draft.
Queen to bishop 3. Bishop takes queen. Knight takes bishop. Mate. Thank you for a very enjoyable game.
I beat Auto Draft.
I think I'm gonna do the whole spades thing. You know, when you collect all the spades, you technically win.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna collect all the losses. And
But
I'm
you're gonna
try
have about 15 of them, and then someone's gonna give you one heart,
Yeah,
and then
you
just-
just $20 and
So I
and
mean, you know, you just gotta keep plugging along. I know you have Ben Tate. He
There's
blew up.
Yeah, only one positive thing, you know. I mean, once again, another
On your
player
bench.
on my bench, Ben Tate. You know, I played Alfred Morris. I played LaShawn McCoy. I don't know why Reggie Bush. He has been
He gave
horrible.
You, he gave you 16 points the week before.
Yeah, he's been horrible.
It might be
all
time to
season.
start to stay away from
Yeah.
Detroit Lions, maybe. Who knows if things are going to change later in the week, but as
Calvin's
of right
hurt.
now, Calvin may
Yeah.
not play, and if he does, right now he's not even getting that many looks.
Yeah,
No,
Reggie's not been doing much. Trip
And
Bell's been hurt.
Matt Stafford is my quarterback, so if Calvin Johnson, his number one target, it's out. You know, I mean, he struggled in the second half when Calvin went out the game, and Matt Stafford looked poo
Right.
out there.
Absolutely.
So I mean that's the thing. Yeah, probably want to stay away from Lions, and then on a weird, unexpected irony thing, it looks like the Cleveland Browns could be an offense that people might want to start grabbing up players. Ryan Hoyer's been killing it so far. Ben Tate that we just mentioned, he just came back from injury, came out looking good,
Looking
even
real
with,
good, actually.
with a lot of young bucks, you know, coming down trying to take his spot, but he came back, said, you know what, I'm going to do my thing.
This is my house.
Got like, what was it? Was it 20 carries or 12?
23 carries.
23
Very
carries,
lopsided.
122.
120 yards.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
talked about
something
like, you know, like kind of like easing him in, but they were like, nope, okay, here's the keys.
Yeah.
Drive us home.
And that's not to mention, we still have Jordan Cameron, who hasn't come around yet, but at the start of the season, he was one of the premier tight ends that people were grabbing. So, you know, hopefully people are expecting him to get going. There's still Josh Gordon. So, I mean,
That
you know, a lot of
comeback
people
was
might
good.
not,
That
you
was
know,
a
be
good
like
comeback.
looking at it. But yeah, Brian Hoyer definitely, if he's still available, someone go scoop him up because he's
might-
kind of like an unknown secret right now.
I might have to try to play 2 quarterbacks in my 1 quarterback league.
Hey,
Try to
sneak
get
him
that
in,
to do
sneak him in,
something.
man.
I have to do something. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I mean,
Last
so I
time.
mean, like I know there's that going on, and you know, right now, obviously, you're still trying to pick up players. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys have any guys.
The running back from the Giants. Who was it? What's his name again?
Andre Williams.
No,
Andre Williams.
no. I think he's Andre.
No,
I mean, Andre Gothams.
He's
No,
a
Andre
real Andre.
Williams.
Yeah, he's the real Andre.
Guess what? I'm your mother, but I'm cool now.
What do you mean, I'm your mother?
Because you guys have reversed roles and he's crushing you
Yeah.
now. You don't get it? I'm Jamie Lee Curtis. You're Lindsay Lohan. I'm cool. You're not. This is what I lost
Wow.
to? Yeah.
But I
Teflon
think
Andre.
who's that guy?
Definitely not Teflon.
Rashad Jennings is out. He, I think, sprained an MCL. So
Out a few weeks.
So he's out for a few weeks. Williams is looking really good. I mean, I was watching that game because I was watching my tight end Larry Donnell, who scored a big donut.
He chose poorly.
I was, you know, kind of impressed. You know, like, this Williams cat's really good. You know, but you know, I'm playing the waiver wire. I'm gonna be that vulture. See who I can pick up, put on some points, probably get that first W. Man, I don't even know.
Are we gonna guarantee? Can you guarantee a victory against
What happens if you
Holy's team? Against the artist formerly known as Los Guapos?
Los?
In this loser
Wow.
bowl, I think we're just looking for a first W. But I mean, I am guaranteeing a win for the Bros.
So what happens if you don't
For
win?
the bros.
I'm not even thinking that way because I'm gonna win.
So when you don't win, what happens?
I think I might have to do the whole episode with my shirt off. Something for you
Embarrassing.
ladies.
I don't know if we want to see that, so I think we're gonna try and do everything we can to get
You can have my
the
team.
people's team that win. What's going on with you over there? Just gonna enjoy that belt?
Yeah, I mean, my team speaks for itself. No, I'm just kidding. That kid Oliver on San Diego blew it for a big game. You guys kind of called Donald Brown not producing as much.
So that worked out.
Yeah.
So that worked out at least in that part of the trade. So that's something where, I mean, Ryan Matthews will come back. But San Diego looks, we keep saying it every week, they look like a really good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Phillip Rivers on my bench, just constantly outscoring Matty Ice. But
Might be an option.
I mean, it's definitely
Well,
something to think about. But they're gonna play Oakland this week. Again, I have San Diego defense, so I'm just gonna ride that defensive train
Okay.
as long as I can. But I just don't. I see them have like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then they'll just run and kill, and their defense will be solid.
Probably a good idea to get Brandon Oliver. If they're gonna
Yeah,
try to run out the clock.
Definitely. I would try and go with him. He received the ball. He rushed the ball. Like he was just doing it big all over the place. So I mean, he's someone.
Everything my running back's not doing, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, he's just someone, at least for till Matthews comes back, he's definitely an option. A lot of guys, like if you don't, even my team, like I feel like I don't have two running backs I can count on. I have TJ Spiller, who is supposed to be my second running back, but I put him on the bench because I played Detroit. Fred Jackson looks better than him. I started Ahmad Bradshaw, and
He was average.
he's
Yeah,
average,
so-so.
but it's just one of those things where if you could get, like you said, a vulture and just get a running back for a game or two, and just hope that your starters pick it back up or something. Something's got to give. But yeah, I mean, if you're losing or if you're struggling or if you're worrying, if you need a tinker, that's the way to go.
Browns, the hidden resource right now in the NFL. Tell your friends.
Tap that.
Nah, I think Pittsburgh actually. Anyways, but yeah. So what do you think, Mr. Goddams? What are you gonna do to get a victory against Vikings chick?
I'm just gonna bounce back. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna,
bounce back.
Keep doing what I'm doing.
I'm just gonna give a little tapper, give a little tapperoo right there. It's first loss. I'm not gonna get too worried about it. Gonna stick with my starters. Maybe look at some more Cleveland Browns because I'm feeling the Browns. I don't know if you guys have heard that yet. I'm saying it for the 12th time, but that's about it. I think it's gonna be a good bounce back week for me.
I'm gonna try to get my first W, so hopefully I come back next week with that first W.
Oh dear.
Our champion over here is
So
Andre again.
I think you guys are just hated. Feels good to be on top though. Alrighty, so that's gonna wrap it up for this week of Bros Talk Football. Thanks for tuning in. Again, 5-0, 0-5, Browns. I'll let you guys decide.
I'll give him that.
Was that racist?
I do talk a lot of smack, guys, but it's only because I can beep, beep.
What does that mean?
Beep. Back it up. I can back up my smack talk, my friend. Beep, beep.
Okay.
Beep,
Really?
beep.